So, I may have gotten carried away a little bit with Christmas things on my 3D printer. Do you think? Good morning, everybody. It's Stephen here for the Idiot Quilter, and welcome to my weekly vlog. It is vlog number 432 for November 24th, 2025, 1 month away from Christmas Eve. Yeah, scary. I was thinking about this the other day, and I was starting to make a list of naughty and nice, of course, but of the things I need to do before Christmas Day. And it's a little overwhelming. So, yeah. This is the first year in a couple of years that we're not going away at Christmas. So I have all this stuff that goes along with Christmas to do, like decorating, getting proper food since I'm having Christmas Day here with my family. And yeah, well, I'm not the only person in this boat. So anyways, and happy Thanksgiving as while I'm on it to our American friends. And you are our friends, as we talked about on Stephen and Walter Live yesterday. The general people of the States, we still like you. We just don't like the politics. But let's not talk about politics. Let's talk about what I have been up to. So here we go. I am working on my Christmas quilt. Now, those are overlapping right at the moment. They're not sewn together or anything like that. I'm just laying them out on my design wall. But there are 12 14.5-inch blocks here that have this pattern. You can see the pattern in the bottom row the best. This is a pattern by someone called Chelsea Stratton. Well, it's not somebody, I know who she is. And I've done her patterns before, and I really like her patterns. They're very easy to follow, and they're always very nice. And so more about this one and about the fabrics, because the fabrics in this are a little special, tomorrow on the Idiot Quilter. And moving right along, I finished this. This is an In the Hoop project. It is thread painting. It's all thread, except for the black. The black you see on the corners and a little bit of it on the bottom, that is actual fabric. But everything else is all thread. And again, we'll talk about this in a little bit more detail on Idiot Quilter. And I bought this panel. I bought 2 of these panels some time ago, way back in the spring when we went to the Netherlands, and we were at a fabric market, and I saw these, and I immediately thought of our next door neighbors because they have a little dog that looks very much like this. And so I bought this, and I'm going to give this to them with some other little things, treats in it for Christmas. But I'm really happy with the way the bag turned out. Excuse me. It doesn't meet Walter's standards, but more about that too tomorrow. And yeah, that's everything I've been working on. So let's talk a little bit about what's really turning my funny bone right now on YouTube. And I am hooked on funny porch pirates. Yes, people who go up and try to rip off Amazon packages that people have ordered and they've been dropped off on their doorstep. And if you've ever had that happen to you, you know what the feeling is, and you know that you want revenge. Well, maybe you won't take it out on them, but other people have, and quite well. And it is great fun to watch this. Payback, or karma, as they say, is a bitch. So here's what I'm talking about. This week's video clips from YouTube that I want to feature are ones that usually come in the form of shorts, so you can see them in just a few seconds, but you'll go down the rabbit's path on these ones. And these are porch pirates caught on camera, and people who have booby-trapped the packages on their step and basically gotten revenge back on these people who think it's their right to steal whatever comes to your door. These are hilarious, and they usually involve explosions of some sort with glitter and paint and colored powder and things like that. And what's even more astounding is the way that these porch pirates tend to feel that they have been done an injustice. They're the thief. They're stealing something from you, and you got them, and they think that you're in the wrong. But anyways, these are hilarious. Caught on camera by people's Ring cameras or whatever they're using. And if you want something that's just going to make your day, then I really suggest taking a few minutes to watch Funny Porch Pirates. And all you have to do to find these is just put that in, Funny Porch Pirates, in the search bar for YouTube, and you'll find many of them. I didn't bother to put the link in the show notes because they come from all over. Enjoy. So you won't find a link for those in the show notes below because there are literally hundreds of them, mainly in shorts. All you need to do is go into YouTube and just do a search for Funny Porch Pirates, and you're going to find all kinds of things. Also, you're going to find links in the show notes for Sewing with Steven, which always falls on Wednesdays, as you know. And there's links to my friends' channels, and there's links to everything that we looked at last week. So all my other videos as well. Okay, so let's take a look at what the temperature's like outside. It is the tail end of November, and here's what we're seeing outside the front door. It's dark because at the time of recording this, it's about 10 to 6 in the morning. And you can see that Walter's pretty much got all the leaves up and the trees are bare. November's a very depressing month, I find, until you get to the end of it. And for the Americans, it's broken up with Thanksgiving at the end. And then, of course, once we get into December, we have the whole Christmas hullabaloo. Actually, we have the Christmas hullabaloo now. We've had the Christmas hullabaloo. It seems it comes earlier every year, but we'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. But back to this. So yeah, what's the temp? 0. What's the high? 6. That's pretty balmy. Okay, I know that may not be to some of you, and 6 in Fahrenheit is approximately 42 degrees, 42 to 43, in around there Fahrenheit. So frosty. And it looks like, though, today is going to be clear, no real precipitation in the forecast, and pretty much the same throughout the rest of the week until Wednesday, 75%. Oh no, Tuesday's got 75% chance of rain as well, according to my app, and so does Wednesday. But Wednesday's going up to a high of 11. Wow, get out the bikini. And yeah, rain right up till Saturday. Temperature's dropping, but they're sort of bouncing about. And on Sunday, we're supposed to have a 70% chance of snow, but 3 degrees, so that's not going to last. And then we're back to rain next week again. Cheery. I do not like rain at this time of the year. But then again, what's the alternative? Snow? Don't like it either. So, yeah. And in this picture as well, you can see the Christmas lights are on still. Walter has them on a dusk to dawn kind of a thing. And he's got his little candies out there. And I will try, once he gets everything finished, he hasn't finished decorating yet. Once it's all finished, I will take some pictures of that and show you what this year's display looks like, because Walter bought a few new things. And we've got another new thing, and we're hoping it will work. That was given to us about a year ago, and we've never used it. And we want to get that up on the lawn as well. But stay tuned for that. Okay. Just don't mind my throat. I say this every week. And so, what's pissing me off this week? Christmas. Not Christmas per se. I've always liked Christmas, the Christmas day. But it's the... What's this in my pocket? Okay, forgot to do that. Never mind. So as I was saying, it's the lead up to Christmas, because it's hectic. There's stuff that needs to be done. There's things you need to buy. There's people you need to see. There's plans you need to make. It just starts, goes go, go, go. And in my case, it just makes my head swim. And I start to get panicky. You know, that feeling of, will I get it all done? Well, what I don't need at this time of the year is to be bombarded in every form of media with advertisements for this year's gifts that are a must-have. Everything I should be buying for people. And that adds to your stress as well. And it seems that this year it has started even earlier. Now, we say this every year, don't we? It's like it starts earlier. It used to be years and years ago, you know, advertising for Christmas started, about mid-November. And then it started to happen right after Halloween. But this year it started before Halloween, Black Friday. There is one day out of the year that has the name Black Friday. The Friday after American Thanksgiving. It is an American thing, except we've adopted it here in Canada. The Black Friday, not the Thanksgiving. Ours comes earlier. But they already started on the Black Friday sales a month ago. If you're on Amazon, and if you've ordered anything from Amazon lately, you have probably gotten an email every day, if not several of them every day, talking about their Black Friday deals that are coming up. But in the meantime, they have recommendations for you too that are on at bargain prices. So you've got Amazon bombarding you. If you go onto YouTube or Facebook, you are bombarded again with ad after ad after ad of what you should be buying for Christmas. It never stops. The stores had Christmas stuff out before they put away the Halloween stuff. Some stores actually had some of their Christmas specials and things like that and their decorations out even before Halloween. In fact, I was in several stores where the back to school supplies at the end of August were out on the shelves and they were starting to put out the Christmas stuff. It's ludicrous. Now, okay, why did they do that? Well, why is it they call it Black Friday? Black Friday is called that because that is the time of the year when businesses will start to do high volume sales because of Christmas coming, and that puts them in the black in their books. It's where they make their most money. But we have suffered through COVID, and now we're suffering through tariffs and other things. The economy is not great. People don't have as much disposable money lately. So those stores are trying to get that money because if we're not spending, they're not making anything, right? So their method to that is to bombard us with advertising to get us in the mood to buy things. Of course. But it's non-stop. You go in and you want to use Google to search for something, you're going to find ads on the side of your screen, or you're going to be targeted right in Google for different businesses and for things to buy. It's a bombardment. We are being bombed. We are at war. War with the retailers. Now, I know they have to make a living, but holy crap. Even places like embroidery sites online. I do a lot of in the hoop and machine embroidery, and I buy from several different companies online on a regular basis. Every one of those companies have been sending me specials every day. Not once every day, 3, 4 times a day. And they're all the same special, 75% off, 45% off of this, our newest line, all this kind of stuff, every day. It is ridiculous. I've gone in and tried to turn off the notifications. And you go through, unsubscribe or whatever from it, and it comes up and says, okay, sorry to see you go, and you're undescribed. In the fine print, it may say this will take, probably 48 hours to 5 days or something before it takes effect. Oh, no. It never takes effect. It doesn't. That is bull roar. That goes nowhere. That doesn't stop them. So most of the mail I have in my box on my email is advertising because of that. I just go in and click trash, click trash, click trash. You could set it to music, I don't know, whatever. It's just, it's unending. And at this time of the year, do we need any more stress than that? Now, here's the other thing, and this is dangerous. You may have a budget. You may have it all planned out. You know exactly what you're getting, everybody. You're not buying anything extra. That's it. You've made up your mind. When January comes, you will not be in debt. Yeah, how's that working out for you? Because constantly you're seeing things you didn't even know existed because of all this advertising. And now you've got FOMO, fear of missing out. And you go, well, it's only $19.99. What the heck? Yeah, the what the heck starts to fill up your shopping cart real soon. Real soon. And it's catchy because when you're in the stores, when you're online, the whole bit, something happens. At least it happens to me. I want to buy. I have this great urge that I need to spend money and buy. And it's buying things I do not need or want. But we're susceptible to it. And they know it. They know the psychology of sales. And it's working. So how do we counteract it? I don't think we can. We've lost the war. They have bombed us to the point of we surrender, we will buy. So I guess if you're really self-disciplined, you might be able to avoid this. Or don't turn on anything electronic in your home. Anything that can broadcast to you. Even Amazon, Alexa will do it too. I went in the other day and said, what are my notifications? It came up, says, Stephen, I see that it's time for you to buy some product that it feels I'm getting low on and I should get. Would you like me to put it in your cart? Oh God, no. Oh God, no. But sometimes it is very, very tempting, isn't it? And it's so easy. So easy. Yeah. So, yeah, welcome to Christmas this year. And right after Christmas and New Year's, then we're going to have like the Boxing Day sales here in Canada, which are not much of sales. And then there'll be the, January thaw sales, and it just never stops. What are you going to do? Okay, so that takes me to the grow lights. And let's see how things are doing with those. Well, there's some gnarly lettuce. I call it gnarly lettuce because this particular crop of lettuce grows really weird. You can see that my little yellow sticky things are being very effective. I'm trying something new. I think I have a picture of what I'm trying new. Yes, you see this little thingy here, I 3D printed. Well, I don't know if it'll work or not. But you're supposed to put in something sweet in it, like a little juice and some vinegar, and there's a little hole there in the top, and they're attracted to that, and they go inside and drown themselves. Walter told me to put white wine in it instead. He said that works more effectively. I'm not sure how he knows. But, if Walter says, then I do. And I took a look in it the other day, and I didn't see any of those little buggies in there. So I don't know if this works or not. I made 2 of them. I've got one upstairs with my philodendrons as well. Those damn little gnats, they come out of the soil and they drive me mental. And you've heard me talk about them before. Now, this is a new crop of things. There's a new crop of lettuce and there's some basil coming up too. I'm not sure if I think Walter said he planted something in here, but it's not doing very well. It's not coming up, so may have to refresh that. Of course, the jungle is doing really well. This is our tomato pepper jungle, and you can see our little cherry tomatoes, and we have lots of them on here. They're starting to turn red. So this is working out very nicely. We need to eat more tomatoes. Yeah, or I need to figure out what to do with tomatoes. I don't know. I'll have to look up things and see what you can do with cherry tomatoes, may preserve them somehow. In the back, here's a little better picture. This pepper plant is an old plant, and it's really, really gotten thick. And so I don't know if Walter's got any plans to replace it. This is a newer one right here. I think it's got some little buds on it, so we'll get some peppers off this. But this one has orange peppers, and there's a green one way back in there. You can't see it in this picture as well. So yeah, peppers and tomatoes do really well in this little spot. And so yeah, salad this winter, fresh salad from our garden. Okay, so that takes me to new products. All right, I have bought, and I need to find this for you. So I bought curtain rods. And I was thinking, I got this brilliant idea, what I thought was brilliant, of making a quilt wall. we have a little spot down in our rec room that's kind of a bump out. So it's like, a little alcove with three walls. It's kind of like one of those mirror setups, with the three mirrors in it, that kind of thing. And right now we have a big clock, and in the center and on the two wings, we have some picture frames up. And they've been up there for years. So my brilliant idea was to buy these curtain rods, and I bought 9 of them. Yes, I bought 9. And to tear them down off the wall back there to hang quilts on. I am now second guessing that. Walter doesn't think it's a good idea. And yesterday on Stephen and Walter Live, we talked about it for a minute. And I said, I don't care if you don't think it's a good idea. I think it's a good idea. I want to do this. And when I say I want to do it, it means I need Walter to do it, to figure it out. I am second guessing it. I am thinking, do I want to do this? Will it look cluttered? Is it going to solve my problem? What's my problem? My problem is I have too many quilts. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I will think about it more today. I may end up not doing it at all. I have another idea. It doesn't really display the quilts, but I do have a closet in the guest bedroom that has a whole bunch of stuff that needs to be gotten rid of in there because they're old suit jackets that I have not worn in 20 years. In fact, I wouldn't be able to get into them anymore, and the style of them is completely out of fashion. They were back from my days of teaching when I had to wear a suit. Actually, some of them may be 30, almost 30 years old. I don't know. I need to take those all out, get out of there. There's a bunch of other crap in that closet. Clean it out. Then I would have a space where I could maybe move my quilts that I keep in big, huge zippered cloth bags in Lucy room and move them up there. That would give me more room in the Lucy room to store more stuff. I mean, basically what we're talking about is moving stuff around. I need to get rid of more stuff. Age-old problem I have with the quilts. I like making them. I have no place to give them away. I really don't. And maybe we'll talk about this more tomorrow on the Idiot Quilter, but for now, I have these curtain rods. I have $168 for the curtain rods. Oh, yeah. To be me seemed like a good idea at the time. Now I'm not so sure. So I have to do some more thinking about this today, and when I'm out for my walk, I'll think about it then, and maybe I'll have a brainstorm. I don't know, as to what I can really do. So yeah, that's the only thing really new I bought this week. Well, not true. And as I move now into can I print that effing thing, I had one of my bamboo printers go down. In fact, my original bamboo printer. It isn't anything major, but I did need to buy a part. I needed to buy a new hot end. And they're easy enough to get your hands on and to install. So I waited. It took about 5 days before I got it. So I couldn't use that printer for 5 days, and I missed it. Yes, I have more bamboo printers, but yeah, I like to have them all in operation. So it came, I put it in, works like a charm. Was not difficult to install. So yeah, I'm very happy about that. By the way, Bamboo has come out with their new printer, and it's one that creates less poop because it interchanges the nozzles. Yeah, it's almost $4,000 for the Primo system. Am I getting one? No. No. First of all, I have a feeling they've been rushed this one from production. So I'm sure that in another month or two, the people who review these things on YouTube will be talking about some of the bugs in it. So it would be best to wait until the next version of it comes out when they have fixed up the bugs, if there's any to fix. And also, do I have a place to put it? I'd find a spot, but is it that important that I have it right now? No, not right now. Notice I said not right now. Down the road, You never know. Maybe one reason why I don't have any space in this house is filled with 3D printers too. Quilts and printers. Yep, that's my life. Okay, so do I have anything to show you though? Well, I do. Just let me find the picture here for you, and I will put it up. And here we go. Where is it? Yes, here we are. Okay, so I've still been making more Christmas things. I just love 3D printing Christmas things because they're so cute. Well, here's a pile of them. So let's start with the guys to the right. Those are Grinches. Now, the first Grinch I made, he turned out yellow because I got my color settings wrong. He's supposed to be like the second one, green. But hey, who's to say the Grinch can't change colors every now and then? But these are little articulated legs, and the idea is they sit on a shelf. I just thought they were kind of cute. I don't know if they'll be part of my Christmas decor or not. We shall see. I made some more of those soap, Bodyworks foaming soap, what do you call them? Soap sleeves, I guess, for the bottles. You can see a pile in sort of blue over there, and I made the Santa hats. Some more of those. I just want to have a few extras on hand in case I need last-minute gifts. I've already bought about 20 bottles of the soap. Yep, good customer there. Then you see there's something that looks like a spirograph, if you remember spirograph when you were a kid. Well, this was kind of cute. I just wanted to see how it would print out. It's a little box, and it works with sticky notes. And so you lift up that blue part. There's a little white latch on it, and you put your little pad of sticky notes in there, and the little spiral things that you use to make the graphics or whatever. So you put a sheet of sticky note underneath the blue thing, and get out your little discs, and away you go. Hours of fun for everyone. So I don't know if I'm going to make any more of these. I was sort of thinking if my great nieces are coming, I might make them for them. They'd probably find them cute. You know, fun. I mean, they're not little kids, but they're probably young enough that this would be a nice little novelty item. I suppose you could put it on your desk too and, you know, doodle. There's always doodling. You know, it's kind of like one of those fidget toys. Now, if you look at the very, very back between the green and the red pots, we'll come to those in a minute, there's another Santa sleeve, or another soap sleeve there. It looks like Santa's suit. I only made one of those. I just wanted to see how it would turn out, but I've got enough of these things. I will probably use that as part of my decor in probably in my guest bathroom, actually. And those trees, I thought those trees were fantastic. They are fuzzy, and they print like that. And it's a wonderful print, and they look so good. Those will become part of my Christmas decor this year. And then just for fun, and I got to go out and get some candy for these. These are little like candy bowls, but they've got the bottom half of Santa and the bottom half of the Grinch, and I just thought they were hysterical. Nice little conversation pieces, you know. So I'll get maybe some hard candies or some chocolates or something like that are wrapped up and everything, and put them in there, and they can sit on some end tables just for fun. I don't need to eat the candy, but if I have it, I probably will. Yeah. Anyways, that's what I've been making with the 3D printer. And oh, one more thing I got to show you. I just finished this yesterday. You know how I love the 3D printed buildings that I get from Fluvo, or Fulv, however you say. You know, I made Dracula's Castle, I've made the theater, I've made the haunted house, the Christmas village, the gypsies thing. Well, this isn't one of his. This is somebody else, but it was a freebie. And it would have been nice if it had come with instructions, because it didn't, but I finally figured out how to put it all together. Once I figured that out, it went together pretty easily. It's a little Ferris wheel, and it will spin around, and the little carts inside of them, they, you know, move too. I just thought it was kind of fun when I saw it, and so it's not really a Christmas decor. It could be. It'll probably sit out all year. Right now I have it sitting in my rec room on top of one of our speakers near the TV set, just for lack of any place else to put it. So we'll see how this all works out. Yeah, I'm running out of space for these things. It's all about space. Yeah, space and time seem to be 2 themes today. Okay, so that's what I've been working on. And, I'll come to this one in a minute. But first of all, so old video clip from Stephen and Walter Live from several years ago. I believe this is from 2018. And this is where we talk about the legalization of marijuana, because at that time that had just occurred. We now have marijuana is legal in Canada,
Well,
as of October the 17th.
yeah.
Trudeau promised in his campaign in the last election that he was going to make it for July the 1st, which is Canada Day for us. It's like your Independence Day in the States. It was going to become legal. He was aiming for July the 1st, 2018. But it went through the House of Commons. They're the people that make our laws. They're our elected representatives. Then we have another house called the Senate. The Senate should be abolished. It's the stupidest thing there ever was. Maybe at the start of our country's history and development, we needed a Senate, and it's a checks and balances system. Not unlike how the American system works in terms of, making sure there isn't, well, I don't know if it does work in the States. But anyways, the Senate, they are not elected. These are people who get the job because they're good friends with the Prime Minister and they get appointed. They've been in the party.
And they make nice amounts of money.
Oh, they make good money.
And a nice pension, and they have a nice...
they work about 2 days a year.
Yeah.
That's what it seems.
And they have, what do you call it, expense accounts, which some of them have abused in the past.
Yep.
And that came to the light.
So they put... So before a bill can become a law, it has to be approved by the Senate. And it usually has to go through 3 readings through the House of Commons first, the elected representatives. And then when the House of Commons has gone through 3 readings, it's been voted on and passed by them, it goes to the Senate. And the Senate now has the option to go up as many as 3 readings and sending back after each reading amendments to the law, which then have to be looked at by the House of Commons again, voted on, and then resent to the Senate. So it's like blah, 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 back and forth. And the Senate, depending on which party have the most members of the Senate in there, will usually vote on the lines of the party that they represent. So the Senate right now, I don't know if it's an even number. I don't think it is, but I think it's a little top heavy on conservatives.
Yeah, well, now they have, it's top heavy on conservatives, and there are very few liberals and a whole bunch of independents.
Yeah. And the independents are the wild cards because they can vote whatever way they want to vote. So it depends. So they're kind of like, you don't know what they're going to do. So the Senate did send it back with conditions a couple of times. The House of Commons, spitting up popcorn. The House of Commons accepted some of the amendments, refined some of the amendments, and then sent it back to the House of Senate, or the Senate. And finally, the Senate has now decided, yes, it's okay, we can do this. And I mean, the Senate was looking at, they had something like 47 different amendments for it that were ridiculous.
One of the big sticking points was that the bill said that an individual could grow up to 4 of their own pot plants.
For personal use.
For personal use. And I guess the government wanted that because I guess they looked into what the U.S. was doing with marijuana and that, and their goal is to try and get rid of the black market of marijuana. So they felt that having that ability for people to grow their own would reduce or dilute the amount of black market. I'm not exactly sure. To me, it sounds kind of weird, but anyway. Mm-hmm. And I guess their argument is like people can brew their own wine, people can grow their own tobacco, so why shouldn't
they grow their own now? Our pot houses, grow ops they call them, and they're rated all because they're illegal, but they're growing hundreds of plants.
So there were 2 provinces that wanted to restrict or have no ability to grow any, which was Manitoba and Quebec. And so the Senate sort of looked at them and they said, well, they wanted it to be, I'm not sure if it was optional or they wanted it so that nobody could grow it at home. Right. So I guess whatever reasoning the government has, after looking at it, they didn't want that restriction to be in there. So,
But anyways,
I guess they've accepted it now.
Yeah. But anyways, they have agreed on it. Then it was waiting for what's called royal uh,
Royal assent.
royal assent, which means that the Queen has got to say yes, that's okay, you can do that. But that's just a figurehead thing, and the Queen doesn't even look at it or sign it. We have a Governor General who represents the Queen, and all it is a rubber stamp because they do not interfere. Once it's gone through the House of Commons and Senate and it's all been passed, it's a something from the bygone days when we used to be part of the British Empire, when we were the
Yeah.
Dominion of Canada and all that kind of stuff, a colony, so to speak. So the Governor General has now rubber stamped it, and Trudeau has decided that instead of immediately making it now that's legal, they have delayed it until October the 17th so that provincial governments will have enough time to decide how they're going to set it up, how they're going to, what kind of storefronts they're going to use for selling it, what agencies that may already exist that could sell it, like our LCBO in Ontario, which is our liquor control boards where we buy our wines and our liquors
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
our liquor is controlled here
Yeah.
in our province, so it has to be. Well, right now, some grocery stores have a license to sell beer and wine, but and that's fairly recent. But before that, you had to buy beer in the beer store or beer in the liquor store, which is LCBO, Liquor Control Board of Ontario. It's all run by the province, and they have lots of outlets and they're open decent hours, but it's all controlled.
Yep.
My government likes to make money.
And the thing too is, which kind of bothers me, is sure it'll be legalized, and I don't have a problem with it being legalized at all, whatever.
I think there's lots of people before that were smoking
Yeah.
it, and
Oh, yeah. And then they talk about the children and getting it. Oh, I can tell
I
you,
think they have
if you
had.
want it marijuana, go to any one of my students and you can get it. So, events in the past week. Well, we had a pop up sew day on Saturday, this past Saturday, and it was well attended, and I think everybody had a good time. I know I did, and that's where I got those blocks finally finished. Now I can start, putting the quilt together. I got to put in the sashing and things like that. Went to the dentist on Monday for a cleaning. We talked a little bit about that in Stephen and Walter Live yesterday, so I won't go into it in more detail. Everything is fine. It was a cleaning. They got $175 for that. Bless their souls. And I had my eyes checked, just a standard checkup on Thursday. And I really thought that maybe, if my prescription changed at all, that I would get new glasses because I've had these ones for quite a while, but I love these glasses. I really do. And when Walter was in getting new glasses there a month or so ago, and I was looking at the frames they had, I didn't see any that were sort of this acrylic, and I really liked the acrylic. Um, so when I had my eyes checked, they're fine, nothing new. He said your prescription really hasn't changed at all, and I thought, good. Then I'm not buying new glasses. I like these ones, and glasses, new frames and lenses, and the whole bit cost would probably end up costing me $1,200 to $1,300. So right now, you know, I have money. I'm not rich. I had to put my money in other places, like to buy Christmas gifts that I'm being told I need to buy from the advertisers. So no new glasses, and that is just fine with me right now. Okay, and Walter's been busy decorating, and I thought you'd like to see a picture of Walter admiring his suckers. There he is, standing out front of the house with the suckers. Now, he does have candy canes as well. Now, these all light up. They look very pretty. These are new this year. He's debating on whether he's going to put the candy canes out too. Actually, I think he should. But, this is his domain. He's got the lights up on the side of the house. I think I have another picture a little closer up of these little suckers. They are pretty. I don't know where he got them. Probably Canadian Tire. And they probably were on sale. So, yeah. So he's still busy getting those decorations out. We got to get the nutcrackers that I made, the big nutcrackers, out as well. I took them out earlier last week. I got some protective spray for them, gave them 2 coats of that, so they're ready to go. Okay. So, what's that take me to? Okay, some tentative dates for some things that may be coming up this December. Next pop-up sew day, tentatively for December the 20th. And I'm thinking of having a Christmas Eve virtual social for a couple of hours. It won't be a thing. It'll just be social, play some games, I have some music videos, some things, just chat, get in the mood for the next day. And I may do a New Year's Day pop-up sew day as well. All of these are tentative at the moment, but I will decide on that in another week or two, and you'll all find out about all of that then. And if you're on my mailing list, I will send all that information out to you at that time as well. So, yeah, busy time of the year, I know. And as I said earlier, I hope Americans, you hope you have a great Thanksgiving. And then we're into the thick of it, aren't we? Well, we already kind of are for Christmas. So have a great week, and we'll talk to you later. Bye for now.